Hello, Eagles fans. Week 6, and today is Brian Dawkins' birthday. Happy birthday, B-Doc. Happens to be my favorite player too. Would go to the vet, go to the link about an hour before the game starts, just to watch him come out of the tunnel. If any of the fans have ever got to see that, it's just something that was just amazing. The way he would walk around and get pumped up and high five everybody, all the crowd hanging over the wall. It was just incredible to watch. So happy birthday, B-Doc. Week 6, Eagles 3-1, Redskins 3-2. Cousins completed 67% of his passes, same as Wentz this year. He's thrown 7 TDs, 5 picks, been sacked 8 times, fumbled 3 times, hasn't lost the ball though. And hopefully that'll change this week. I'll get into that a little bit. Their offense has averaged 86 rushing yards to the Eagles 118. Granted, the Eagles have had the lead in most of their games, so they've been able to run a little bit more. I think this week's going to be a big difference with the run game for the Eagles. I think they're going to be running it a lot. I think it's going to be very effective for them this week. Redskins defense, they averaged points allowed is doubled the Eagles. Their defense is not nearly as good as the Eagles, obviously. They forced 8 fumbles, which would be interesting to see how Ryan Matthews, Mathews, bounces back after last week. Hopefully, if there is contact, which there will be, he puts the ball on the opposite side of contact coming so nobody can get a shoulder or a helmet on the ball and pop it loose. Their run defense is 3rd worst in the league in football, behind Miami Dolphins and your San Francisco 49ers, led by Chip Kelly. He's doing great over there with that team. Eagles' time of possession is about 5 minutes more than the Redskins, which is nice. Something they did not have under Chip Kelly. Interesting thing that I was looking up, Baltimore was a 4-point favorite last week against the Redskins. The Redskins covered. Out of the 5 games the Redskins have played, 4 they were underdogs, and they covered those 4 games. The game they didn't cover, they were a favorite against Dallas, and they didn't cover that game. Eagles are giving them 2 to 2.5 points, depending on where you looked. I was checking before I did this. A couple different places had it 2 to 2.5. So if you're one of those trend people, like the Burger King guy looks like that he is, then it's something to go by. Everything changes. Teams are different. Even though the Redskins are at home, it'll be a little different. I'm thinking Eagles are going to win this game 32 to 17. I see I'm thinking Schwartz is going to come out with a very good game plan. He's going to get right on them. They're going to go backwoods. I said it on Twitter earlier. You're going to see a lot of cocks on Cousins. I think they're going to blitz a little bit. They're going to work things in. I don't think they're just going to go the straight 4 guys. I think they're going to really put it to them. Cousins has dropped back to throw a lot more than Wentz has. I think that would be a huge thing just to put some hits on that guy. I think he's overrated. Last year was an absolute mirage with that team. The NFC East sucked. This year, people were saying they're still not that good, but they're all around the same ballpark. I mean, they're all 3-1, 3-2, so they're all in that area. I think Washington in general. I think the Eagles go down to Washington. I think they beat them this game. I think they bounce back well, and hopefully Wentz has a nice game. So far, there's really no reason not to. I know that whole pass with Aguilar and everything else at the end of the game, everybody's discussed that, so whatever. But I think they bounce back. I think Schwartz gets the game plan going. Wouldn't mind seeing a special teams touchdown this week. I wouldn't mind seeing Smallwood return one or Sproles return one. That would be really nice to see, just to get some added points in there. But I think the Eagles are going to come out with some points. I think they're going to pound. Be nice to see them pound either Ryan Matthews, Mathews, or Smallwood and Sproles early in the game, and then just work it back and forth. Maybe go speed in the beginning and then pound it hard later on, or go with the heavy hitter in the beginning and then sit Matthews, and then that's Mathews, and then bring back Sproles and Smallwood later on, and then Barner too. He didn't get anything. I don't know if he was hurt last week. I know Peterson seems like he's got that deal that Reed had, where each week there's going to be a player that he's going to showcase, and he's going to go. He's just going to try giving him the ball. Burton was the guy to 1 week. So we'll see when he got in when Ertz first went out with the rib injury. Burton came in and he got 7 touches, I think it was, something like that. So who knows? Who knows who's going to be the guy this week? It would be nice if Jordan Matthews could do something. Matthews. But, they got enough weapons. I think Wentz spread the ball out to 8 different receivers last week. So if he's going to be able to do that, keep everybody guessing. I'd like to see them throw the ball deep a little bit earlier rather than wait till, late in the game where they didn't really even force to throw the ball deep like that. But I like to see them try a home run every once in a while. The little short, high percentage passes are nice. They're basically just going to be possession catches. They're not going to be able to break anything. Maybe Sproles will every once in a while. But until a play breaks down, like Wentz rolling out, avoiding some contact and then dumping it off to Sproles, like against that Pittsburgh game where you freeze that linebacker, that's where you're going to get your yards. I'd like to see them spread it out a little bit more. Maybe get a pass interference. Hopefully they talk to Aguilar and he knows, how to handle that play. If he is going to get beat and he's, if the throw is off the mark, that you become a defender and knock that thing down. Either you catch it or, nobody catches it. That's it. See how that goes, see how they bounce back. I know a lot of people were talking about, want to see how Wentz is with adversity. I think the kid so far handled himself great. His first game, he came in, he did well. He's done well the whole time. He's in the top 10 with numbers. Doesn't have that many yards passing, but they haven't really asked to throw that deep. So I'm not worried about that at all. I think they're going to win this game. It seems like Vegas has been jumping on them. So if Vegas jumps on them, they know they're so damn good with all those picks. It's time to get on board with them if you haven't already. So Eagles bounce back 32-17. Maybe Vinny Curry gets another sack, which would be nice. Maybe Kendricks redeems himself. So we'll see what happens. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.